Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching from around the world. This is Dan Caldwell, and I am delighted and thrilled to be with you today, continuing our Values and Value Your Values series. So today we want to talk about another value, and that value is listening. So, as I talk about that, I'm going to post it on the screen so you can see it. But let's just kind of dig into listening if we can. The actual definition of listening is to give one's attention to sound, to take notice of and to act on what someone else says, and then to respond. It actually means to make an effort to hear something, be alert, be ready, be attentive to hear. Now, the most basic of all human needs is to be heard, to understand, but also to be understood. And this can only be accomplished by others listening. So, listening. Well, most people really don't listen, do they? They listen to respond. They don't listen to hear, nor do they listen to understand. Listening, real listening, goes well beyond hearing, just simply hearing. Real listening is hearing with a desire to understand. Listening is such an integral part of relationship development and growth that with the absence of this fundamental skill, listening that is, relationships will not grow or develop. You see, listening is a key to proper communications among all people. Without it, we're destined to fail in any process. Listening. So what is it you're really hearing me say today? Are you on the internet, multitasking, just saw the thread and stopped by a second to see what I was saying and what I was talking about? Maybe you stopped to see if what I was saying was something that was worthwhile or something that you could use in your business or in your particular entity. Whatever the reason, are you really hearing me? Or just the one of the million sound bites that pass through your world and my world every day. The most desirable listening requires us to set aside all the distractions, internally and externally, so we can process without any judgment or any interruption. It requires us to be mentally invested in the conversation. The term we use is fully present. That is to say, mentally and emotionally, that we're all in. I had to learn this, and I am still not good at it, but my wife would start talking, and I may be multitasking or perhaps watching the TV or something, and she would say, "Are you listening?" I've learned to turn off the TV or mute the TV so I can listen to what she's saying. She wants my attention, and she deserves my attention, my undivided attention. An important part of really listening is to stop whatever you're doing. Make eye contact and pay attention to the words, the thoughts, the ideas of the other person that's speaking. I know it's easier said than done. Here's a thought for you. We have learned certain skills and tools for life using the value of listening. In fact, school taught us that we needed to be a better listener, didn't it? A great listener trains themselves to listen to others around them, knowing that they can learn something from everyone, from little children, from older people, from business people, salesperson, office workers, pastors, preachers. The list is endless. You can learn and grow simply by listening and being engaged. Not every voice is balanced, nor are they correct in what they say and what they present. But by listening, you'll quickly learn who you can trust and who you can't. There's great wisdom earned when you invest the time and energy to really listening. By listening, there are some things you will get. Number one, you will get and avoid unneeded conflict. Most people like to feel like they have been heard, don't they? Number two, you'll build a sustainable relationship with those people that are most important to you. Number three, you'll establish respect for others and then them for you. And number four, and I'm sure the list could be longer than this, but I'm trying to hit the high points. You'll gain knowledge and understanding by simply listening. Let me give you some quick tips for listening. And then we'll end this session today on valuing your values, listening. Tips for listening. Number 1, stop what you're doing. Just stop and really listen. Number 2, make eye contact with the person that's speaking. And if you have trouble making eye contact or engaging, do what I do. I would put my hand behind my ear to remind me that I need to hone in on my listening. Number 3, listen with an open mind. Be objective, not subjective. Number 4, ask questions as you're listening to gain greater understanding. And then number 5, do not begin thinking what you're going to say and how you're going to respond and just hear them out. Hear the full statement out. Really, really, really hear them. Well, I hope that we are working on our listening skills. This is Dan Caldwell saying God bless, keep the fires burning, and until the next time, listen.